Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to the Shack. This is Ham Radio Live. Happy October 6, 2021. If you're west of the date line, happy Thursday, the 7th of October. Today we're going to talk about what bands to work during the day, what bands to work during the night. Plus, we'll see if we can make some calls in the 7610 based on that information. And hopefully, we'll have a call with you. It'd be great to do that. I want to thank you very much for coming. Today we'll also be talking a little bit about the guests coming. Plus, we'll talk about the ARRL online auction. Hasn't started yet, but previews are going on, and hopefully you can win something pretty cool. From the four winds of the world, away we go. Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name is Larry, and my call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. At least was the last time I checked. Could have changed. Yeah. No, it doesn't change. Our whole purpose here is to help you get in amateur radio. That's our whole passion. You need to get a hold of a national club to find a local club. That's how it works. So any of these five will help you. Just hit the Contact Us bar. First, the American Radio Relay League at www.arl.org. In Great Britain, the Radio Society of Great Britain at www.rsgb.org. In Canada, the Radio Amateurs of Canada at www.rac.ca. In Japan, the Japan Amateur Radio League at www.jarl.org. In Australia, the Wireless Institute of Australia at www.wia.org. And if you'd like to email the show, hit me up at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. Like to support the channel, you can do so on PayPal at proburbs356@me.com or on Patreon at Ham Radio Live. It's so great to see you. A very happy hump day. If you're, Europe or North America, if you're west of the date line, happy Thursday to you. First one in the room today. My goodness, it truly is an amazing thing because he's just downstairs from me. But this, I think, is the first time I think it's the first time my brother was the very first one in. Bob, courtesy WIFI, welcome to the channel. You did it. Congratulations, Bob. Well done. Thanks for your help, buddy. I appreciate all you do for me to help me out with this. I do mean it, yeah. The arm is feeling better, which is great. Good thing. It just still hurts. It's just, it's rotator cuff repair. It's the way it goes. We are here from Muggy, Ocala, Florida. That's Adam, November Yankee 5 Sierra. Sorry, let's just start over, shall we, Adam? Okay. Hi, Larry from Muggy, Ocala, Florida. His call sign, November Yankee 5 Echo. There we got it. Gee whiz, man. Sorry about that. Adam, welcome to the show. Very happy Wednesday to you. Thanks for coming. It's really an honor to have you today. All right, we're going to talk today about what you do during the day and night. And we'll talk a little bit about the 7610, how it works. And the 7300 works the same. I will work the radio differently than you do. I promise you I will. Just, we all have our ways of doing things. It's kind of like we have our own way of cooking, our own way of, watching a movie. Maybe we like the volume up really loud with the subwoofer cranked up. Sometimes we don't. We just do it differently. This is one way, and it's not the only way. All right? So we'll talk about that. And we'll also go into see about making a call with you, hopefully, today. That would be an awful lot of fun. Well, one thing I will share with you that I think is so cool about ham radio is that the hams are extremely resourceful. They really are. If they can't make it work, they find a way to make it work. This is what they do. A good example of this is Gunter, DK50NV in Germany. He can't work from his home. He can't because he can't put an antenna up where he's at. He doesn't have a balcony, right? And he's on a middle level floor for where he lives. So he has to go on the road. Here's Gunter taking a look at the world and enjoying what's going on.
Are just great today. A lot of stations calling, and delighted to be able to pick you out of.
Oh, it got pretty windy down here.
Calling.
It got pretty windy.
But, it's kind of a
and on and off sunny.
Cool fall day here, damp as you would say. High humidity is trying to rain, but not quite enough.
That's David
has arrived yet.
in North Carolina.
Move in from the west,
KD4AF.
And the weather people said it would be raining today. But
yeah, they were saying the same over here.
They're usually fairly accurate, not so much on the amount of rain that we have.
What a beautiful
there's a high probability.
Tuesday afternoon, October the 5th.
It usually arrives, but sometimes it's a day late.
Without the sun, it's a little, yeah, it's a little chilly. I already got my jacket on.
Mexico, Italy, Texas, yo.
There's my
And
pop-up.
I'm
There you
in,
go.
North
And that's
Carolina.
Gunter working in the field. You know, he has to take the bicycle. He takes a trailer behind it, has his radio, his antenna. He'll have his tuner, and he'll just tow it behind him. He'll push it up the hills and down the hills and find a place to work. And he just enjoys ham radio that way. You know, he doesn't have the house to do it in where it's nice and warm and dry, and he will someday, but right now he doesn't. But he doesn't want to lose his hobby. So in order to keep on the air, he works for it. And I give him an incredible lot of credit for that. That takes a lot of dedication. And Gunter, I want you to know that I know all of us here are very, very proud of you for that. I want to welcome Steve Ash. Hi, Steve. By the way, love the Mad Magazine photo. That's awesome, dude. That's so awesome. I remember those so well. And my mother hated me watching them. It's pretty cool. Looked at those. What are you going to do in the 70s, right? Whiskey Bravo 7, Victoria Echo, Quebec. Thank you, Steve, for coming. A very happy Wednesday. Sean's here from across the pond. He's in the UK at 2 Echo 0, X-Ray Bravo Tango. Hi, Sean. Great to see you. Rod Clare from Salem, Oregon, Kilo 7, Lima Alpha Papa. Some people don't know the call sign that he has are his granddaughter's initials. It's kind of cool. Hi, Wendy. Hello to Florida. From Oregon. Good to see you, Wendy. Whiskey for Lima Sierra. A very happy Wednesday to you as well. Chandler Labs, look at this. Is great news. Listen. Kilo 7, Bravo Delta Juliet. Greetings from Chandler, Arizona. Just received my technician license. Yes! Now that's what we love to hear at this station. That's it right there. That's what we're here for, man. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Oh, that's a great accomplishment. I bet you're thrilled, right? Oh, man. We all congratulate you on that. Welcome, Kilo 7, Bravo Delta Juliet to Ham Radio. It's good to have you part of our crew. That's great stuff, man. That's great. Rod Clare, congratulations there as well from Adam in Florida. That's pretty darn special. And we got my father-in-law here, Bill Weinger, Kilo November 6, India Ocean Papa. Tracy, California is in the house. Hi, Dad. He's going to come visit us. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I'm really bright. Not typically. There, that's better. Now this camera angle will be good, and then it'll change to the next one, and it'll be bright again, so just bear with me. Okay, let's get to the trivia question. I said there'd be 2 yesterday. I gave you 1. I felt bad. I ripped you off. I'll give you 2 today. This one is not easy, but you'll still get it fast. Here it is. Question number 1. It's easy. Okay, when you have your ham radio transceiver frequency set at 14.074 megahertz, what mode will you probably be using? Would it be A, CW, also known as Morse code, B, RTTY, also known as RTTY, also known as radio teletype, C, SSB, which is single sideband, or D, FD8? Hit me up with A, B, C, or D, and we will let you know which continent gets it correct today. Again, if you're on 14.074, what mode would you be using? And right out of the gate, look at this. From Tennessee, Jeff, November 4, Papa Oscar Delta hits us up with D. That'd be FT8. He nailed it. It's a tie now. Look at that. Wow. North America and Europe tied up 2020. Not bad. Now let's take a look at all the rest of you guys. By the way, Trifecta in the house today. Welcome, Glenn Stevenson, all the way from Australia. Mate, a very happy Thursday to you over there. Thank you, Glenn. Thanks for coming. Always my honor, man. Thank you. I mean that. Yeah, Jeff had C. D. Adam had C. Mike had A. Kev had A. Glenn Stevenson had D as well. Mike then said, whoa, D. You're right. John Hummel Newell. Hi there. Victor Echo 5, Juliet Hotel November. Hey, John. Hope things are going well in Canada. Has it gotten kind of cold there yet? It's getting cold and rainy here. Not bad, but there you go. Sean, 2 Echo 0, X-Ray Bravo Tango D for what it's worth. Slow Sean today.
No, brother, this is too much.
That's okay. Sean, we're glad you're here. All right. So, yeah, it is D. It's FT8. And, we'll typically find them. And, again, for people that are on the test, are going to be looking at 2 in the test. Remember, in the U.S. at least, I always say, like, remember our bicentennial year, right? 1776, or, date of the Declaration of Independence, 1776. Remember 76. The number close to that is going to be FT8, and that will always help you on the test, okay? Let's take a look at the weather. Weather today powered by Icom. Icom for the love of ham and shortwave radio. We'll have another trivia question coming up for you here in a short second. All right, here's your A1A. Just a couple of bright spots. Solar flares, it's actually been pretty stable. Not too much going on in the sun. Take a look here. We don't even have any C-class flares until 2 days ago. So it's pretty darn stable, not too busy on the sun's surface right now. The K-index has been rising, though. We do have a K3, which is unsettled. That means a little noisier than normal conditions. Maximum usable frequencies from about 4 hours ago. Alaska was waking up to 7.19. Boulder, Colorado was at 13.69. Chicamaca, Peru, 29.49. Ascension Island, look at that, 37.52. Again, it's the fall and springtime. So the sun is right over the middle of the earth, and that's where it's highly charging the ionosphere. South Africa at 28.10. Athens, Greece was at 24.95. And Darwin, Australia, even though it was kind of the middle of the night for them, was still almost 26 megahertz. Current maximum usable frequencies around the world, Alaska is at 12.69, Boulder 25.66, which is interesting because I've tried 10 meters, sorry, not 10, 15, and I just, I'm not hearing myself on 15. Now, I am on, 7, I'm sorry, on 40, 20, 17, just fine, but I'm not hearing myself on 15, but it could be just the antenna. We'll see. Chicamaca, Peru, 30.61, Ascension Island, 34.23, Hermanus, South Africa, is at 10.6 megahertz, Athens, Greece at 10.94 megahertz, Darwin, Australia at 11.06. Our current conditions out of Boulder, Colorado, SFI right now is 83, solar number down to 27, A index of 5, K is 3, and if you scroll down to where it says in the second set of data, their geomag field, unsettled. If you have a K2 or a K1, it will be quiet. If you have a K0, it will be inactive. Okay, so once you hit K3 and K4, unsettled. So we're right now in the unsettled category of the K, which is your planetary impact to our geomagnetic field, which helps to create our noise floors or make things more staticky, okay? Our current solar wind is up to 318.1 kilometers per second. A negative BZ latitude, minus 3.7, a little cautionary, but not too bad. And look at our HF conditions. Looks like a complete mess. But if you're a moon bouncer, you have excellent conditions tonight. Here's your ham radio shortwave forecast for today, powered by Icom. Icom for the love of ham radio. Daytime ham radio bands today, 20, 17, 15 possible in the northern hemisphere. Equatorial latitudes, 20, 17, 15, 12 possible. 10, southern hemisphere today. For voice, 20, 17, 15, 12, and possible 10. Data, 30 to 10, all latitudes. Your nighttime ham bands tonight should be 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, and 30. Your best DXB on 40 meters, but don't discount 20. It's a kind of a crummy SFI, but you still can work it. So look around gray line and, right around sunset and see what you can pick up. Might pick up another continent. Short wave bands today, 31, 25, 22, and 19. Tonight on the short wave bands, 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and still 100% chance of 19 meters going to about an hour after sunset. All right, let's take a look back at your answers and questions and all that stuff that you're saying. First of all, big welcome, my friend Kevin in Great Britain. Mike Zero, Mike Charlie Lima. I always get your call sign confused with Callum's, by the way. Good to see you, Kev. How is it? There's worse company to be, connected with, right? Callum McCormick is pretty good. Sean says, I couldn't pick the phone up quick enough, LOL. Got Larry on the big screen and typing on the small screen. It's funny. Moosey, hi there. Love from England in the UK. My goodness, love back to you as first timer. Welcome, Moosey. Good to see you. It's nice to see you. Thanks for coming to Ham Radio Live this Wednesday. Man, what a great joy. Jeff in Tennessee, November 4, Papa Oscar Delta. Do they require learning the emission mode designators, i.e. J3E anymore? Yeah, on some, but that's The test is weird. Like if you took the test 50 years ago, right? There'd be no solar, there'd be no wind, there'd be no digital modes other than, RIDI. But I mean, it just evolves. It really does. It evolves. And I think that they try and select the things that they know are important for people to know, but help them to still be safe, especially in the UK. I think the UK test is really geared a lot towards safety. You don't want you to burn your house down. It'd be terrible. Kilo 7 Alpha Alpha Golf. That's Lewis out of Heber City, Utah. And we're grateful to have him. Good day to you, my friend. And I think we make a call today. Should be on 20. Should be on 20 meters. I checked. Yes, I checked. Rod Clare from Salem, Oregon. Think I figured out how to get the largest ham mesh network in the world from the QTH of RF. Yes, the Willamette Valley Mesh Network is the largest in the world focused on Ecoms. Interesting. If you want more information on that, find Rod. His call sign is Kilo 7 Lima Alpha Papa. Good stuff. Henry Casely, good evening to you, my friend. It's great to have you on Ham Radio Live. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Thanks. Wow. Nice to have you. Thank you. All right, we're going to talk, and for some folks, this is going to be it might be boring, and I don't mean it to be. But remember, our audience is really catered towards people who are coming into ham radio or people who are new. And this is really an important show for them. And I'd like just give me a little bit of your time to help them a little bit with things that we might know, but they don't. And hopefully it will help them. Okay, that's at least my hope. Before we get into that, real quick, people that come into the channel, Ray Novak, hopefully still from Icom, coming before the end of the year. He's going to be talking about de-expeditions that don't break that bank this weekend at the RSGB convention, by the way. It's going to be on this Saturday. 2 YouTube streams on the RSGB. Find this information on the RSGB website at www.rsgb.org. They'll tell you about the webcasts and they'll tell you about when Ray's coming on. Also, October 20th at 20 UTC, the man who knows more about ham radio antennas, I think, in terms of just total, like cottage business, who's built it up from his own bare hands, learned it the hard way, and gives you a product at a great price that really works, and it's very well built. Callum McCormick, DX Commander, has a great DX YouTube channel here called DX Commander, and he's going to join us October 20th, 20 UTC. Please join us. Your antenna questions for Cal, he'll be here to help you. Then the following Saturday, Randy Hall, couldn't think of the last name. Terrible. Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo. And Randy's kind of your all-in-one guy. Okay, and in baseball, he'd be your utility guy. He can play the infield, he can play the outfield, he can catch sometimes for you. He's a great ham radio operator. Been in it since 1968. He's been there and done that, and he knows what to do to help you. Please, if you're building a shack or maybe have questions about a product, save that for the 30th of October at 20 UTC. Fred Denon going to join us on Thanksgiving weekend here in the U.S. It's going to be on November 27th at 20 UTC. His company is beloud.us. He has a great selection of superstations you can rent and right over your computer from home, too. Pretty cool stuff. Martin F. Jew, we still have him down. We'll see if maybe things are a little iffy. I'm not sure yet. Hopefully he can join us to celebrate his 49th year at MFJ. That'll be coming up hopefully soon. And my friend Eric, Kilo Juliet 4, Yankee Zulu India from Ham Radio Concepts. We'll start off the trifecta of Saturday shows starting October 16th at 20 UTC. So you'll see Eric on October 16th at 20 UTC. Then we will have Cal the following Saturday at 20 UTC. And the following Saturday after that, October 30th, Randy will be with us October 30th at 20 UTC. All right, let's say you don't quite know about, what meter band to use and when, okay? Gray line or sunrise sunset is a time that you can work. Say, for example, you can use 80, 75. You could use 40, okay? You could use your 20 meter band. You could use 17 if you wanted to, but I'd probably stick 20 and lower. But I mean, that's kind of, gray line's a wild card. It really depends on conditions, the sunspots, how things look. But typically, those bands are your best. And 20 meters is the best all-around band that there is in ham radio. It's the least likely to get messed up by, a lot of, thunder and lightning. And it also is the most reliable, typically, 20 meters. Okay, that's a daytime band, all right? You're typically not going to use 20 meters at night if you got low sunspots. If we have a higher sunspot number, or if you're in the summer and you have lots of daylight where the sun can charge up the ionosphere, okay, make lots of ionospheric particles, up in the atmosphere, charging up, well, then 20 meters can work great even after dark. Okay, that's why, like today, when we take a look at maximum usable frequency, and remember, maximum usable frequency means the highest usable frequency you can use right now from point-to-point communication. Let's take a quick look at that map. Okay, look at Ascension Island in the dark, 34.23 megahertz. That supports 10 meters in the dark because the ions are so strong over the equator right now. Okay, so it's not necessarily cut in stone that day and night you're going to work nothing but 20 meters or 40 or 75, 80. No. But typically, if you're like in the Northern Hemisphere, United States, Europe, Northern Asia, those areas, you're gonna be running typically daytime 20-meter band, 17, could run 15 if the MUF gives you enough. You could run 12 or 10 or 6, right? So you're not going to typically use 40 or 75 and 80 or 160, not daytime. Because what happens is to those frequencies, the ionosphere is split up again into 3 layers. Your D layer, and that helps absorb signals. It doesn't refract them, okay? The D layer, think of it as a blanket that keeps them back down to earth, doesn't reflect them, doesn't move them. It just hides them. That's what it does. Doesn't help you work ham radio. D layer is not helpful. The E layer is the first layer of the ionosphere that actually will bend signals back to earth. Then the F layer above that, okay? The problem is during the daytime, the D layer is the highest charged, and it's going to take signals at about 7 megahertz or so down to, 1.8, so 160 meters to about 40 meters, and it's going to pretty much limit how far they will go. They'll still work, but they're not going to travel very far. That's the whole point. So the D layer isn't helpful. You need to have a higher frequency to get through the D layer so the signal can bounce off the E or the F layer. That starts right about 30 meters, okay? So that's why during the daytime, for voice, for example, we will use 20 meters. We'll use 17. We'll use 10 because the D layer doesn't affect those frequencies. It just doesn't, okay? Those are the frequencies then that can be bent back down to earth because they go through the D layer, okay? So daytime, when you're using your ham radio, you want to focus on 20 meters, 17, and if the MUFs, which means maximum usable frequency for your area, permits it, you might be able to use 17, 15, or 12 meters, okay? Look at this. This is 4 hours ago, okay? Look at Boulder, Colorado 4 hours ago. It was not even supporting 20 meters yet, but then look at it now. Now it supports 12. Okay, so I mean, it's that's how it changes with the sun, and as it moves, over the earth, the more ions get charged in the atmosphere. So it changes our maximum usable frequency. These change every hour. They change probably every 10, 15 minutes. But the point is, we use higher frequencies during the daytime because those frequencies will work longer distances. Okay, they just do. So, and I'm using the U.S. map just as a reference point for the U.S. hams that are here, and it'll give you an idea if you're outside the U.S. just how far things are. For example, let's say, you're in the state of Nebraska. You're literally right in the middle of the country. All right, about 1,000 miles outside of Nebraska, you're going to be hitting about Indiana and Utah. Okay, so right about there. That's about 1,000. All right, so you're going to use on your daytime frequency, about 1,000 miles, 20 meters. 20 meters should do fine. It'll go 2 to 3,000, sometimes 1,000. So 1,000 to maybe, I'd say 2,500 miles. Depends on conditions. That's the whole point. If you want to work shorter distance, you're going to use 40. Even though the D layer absorbs things, you can still get out. So let's say, for example, you're in Nebraska and you want to contact somebody in Missouri, okay? And they're maybe 600 miles away. Maybe you're contacting somebody in St. Louis. You can reach them on 40 most likely, okay? The Hawaiians do this all the time. They do. They'll work 40 and 60 meters because if they go any higher, they're going to skip right over the Hawaiian Islands. Okay. They'll work NVIS, which is National Near Invisible. Sorry. I now, it's coming. It's now time to, it's now time, of course, to activate the woofing filter. Sorry. Okay. So, unless you're using near incidence vertical skywave antennas, which are low to the ground and low to the air, okay, you're going to have an antenna that's going to be a normal ham radio antenna. So work the bands. Make 40 your 500-600 mile QSO call for daytime. Make 20 your 1,000 to 3,000 mile QSO, pipeline during the daytime. Make 17 your maybe 1,500 to 3,000 or 4,000 mile QSO connection during the daytime. Okay, 15, same thing. If the MUFs permit it, that's the point. Work your 20. I don't know why it's taking my brother so long to figure out how to make them stop, but okay, he's doing his best. But my point is, make sure daytime you're 20 meters or higher. Actually 30, technically 30 or higher. Okay, 30, and when I say higher, I mean higher frequency. Remember, the higher the frequency band, the lower the meter band. Okay, so what that means, daytime, you're going to use 30 meters, 20 meters, 17 meters, 15 meters if it permits it for your MUF. Take a look at QRZ. It'll tell you what your MUF is, or look at, you can see on my website, it'll show you on the description section where I get all of my MUF information. Just click the link. It'll show you your MUF near you, and then you'll know what you can work. So maybe you can work 15 or 12 or 10. Okay, so the point is you can use daytime frequencies, but know where they are. Don't use daytime frequencies at night for the most part. If it's 12:30 in the morning in the wintertime, don't use 20 meters and think that you're going to say, where is everybody? Because no one's on 20. You can't hear them because the ionosphere is just not going to work for 20 that time unless we have a huge amount of sunspots and we have a very good SFI. Okay, so if that works, 20 will work just fine once the sunspot peak hits, but not yet. Not yet. So if you're looking daytime, remember 30 and up. So 30 or, it's so hard for new hams because 30 and up to them means, well, wait a minute, that means 30, 40. No, it doesn't. No, 30 and up in frequency. So the meter bands go down. So 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Okay? If you're working nighttime, you're going to work 20 right around sunset, and then you're going to work 30, 40, 60, 75, 80, and 160. Period. That's it. And you'll do great, but know when to work where, because the ionosphere dictates exactly how we work. And without that, we're going to be in real trouble if we don't do it the right way, because you're going to think your ham radio is broken and say, doggone it, I hate this hobby because I can't reach anybody. The whole point is knowing where to work when. Daytime, 30, and lower meter bands. Okay, for people that are new, lower meter bands, 30, 20, 17. Okay. Nighttime, 30, you can work 30, 40, 60, 75, 80, 160, and have a ball. Thing is, keep in mind, the lower in frequency you go, the longer your antenna needs to be, okay? So if you want to run 160, you're either going to have an awful lot of wire and a big property, or you'll have to have maybe a monoband vertical like the Cushcraft, I guess, MA160V. That's one you could use, but, typically wires, and they're long. They have to be long. So, and then we'll also take a look at the 7610 too. Real briefly, I want to tell you that. Yes, enable the woofing filter. It's hard because my brother's in charge of that, and I have to give him a lot of latitude there, okay? So there you go. All right, and catching up. By the way, good stuff here, and I'm catching up because people have joined us, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Glenn, your show's never boring, mate. I learn something every time you... Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Checks in the mail, Glenn. Thank you. Jeff, don't think I've ever seen Cal. I know, right? Isn't that a serious photo of Cal with like a tie, right? That's pretty cool. My buddy Jim from Walnut Creek, California. Whiskey 6, Juliet India. Mike is here. Hello, Aaron. Mike Whiskey 7. Oscar Foxtrot Sierra. It was dry most of the day. Rained down. Not windy, though, which is good. Martin is here. He said, good day. All working the night shift again. His call sign is Pop Echo 9 Tango India Golf. Thanks for taking us to work with you, mate. We appreciate it very much. Andy says the band's great work. Band's been great during the day. He worked Alex C on 21 megahertz. See, there you go. So there you go on 15 meters. It works. It does. It's just that you need to be daytime to make it work. So that's important to remember, okay? Wild Cassette Radio. That's a freaking awesome call. I love that. That's great. Great thumbnail. Love. He's great. Yeah, and that's cool. I love the emoji. By the way, first timer applause. There you go. Good stuff. Daniel, it's easy for me to get out of my state. I can even do it on VHF. Of course, mine is one of the states on the map that won't fit its own name. That's true. It's pretty funny. So there you go. All right. So, and by the way, Rod Clare just found a nice summary of the bands and use of bands at hamuniverse.com. HF bands. It's pretty good. Chandler Labs, thank you for no win. That will help me enjoy my equipment as you indicate. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate it, man. I hope it does. I really do. You know, I think for a lot of us, we take it for granted just because we've done it for so long. And in shortwave, man, you learn early, you're not going to work, you're not going to hear 19 meters in November at 2 a.m. You're just not going to hear it unless it's like the peak of the sunspot. But, with ham, it's the same thing. They're both the same. The difference is shortwave's got directional antennas and a lot more power. So there you go. Lewis, thank you for your kindness. Let's see how we do. Let's try real quick before we go too far into this. I do want to show real briefly, because I did promise somebody that was coming to the channel today that we're going to take a quick look at the 7610 and show you a few things. And I promise you, like I said at the beginning of the show, I will work it differently than you. I promise. I've got one hand. I'm spinning the right arm now. The right hand is spinning, which is great. It's been so hard to make things move, but here we are. Okay. So here we are on 20. It just gives you an idea on the 7610, same with the 7300, same with the 9700. Okay. Right now you can see not much looking on the old waterfall. Okay. You can increase that. You have menu 1, you go to reference, and then your reference control pops up right there. For a closer look on the screen of what it looks like, here's what it looks like. See, it's at plus 7.0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the VFO, the variable frequency oscillator right here, which is basically the tuning dial. I'm going to change this number. So it's going to make the waterfall look more, impressive without overpowering it. Okay, I don't want the top part to be really lit up. I want it to be able to still show me weak signals. So we're going to increase it just a little bit, and we're going to start seeing signals come in on the waterfall. Take a close look. Okay, again, the 7610 does it. The 7300 does it, 9700 does it, 7600 does it, I think. I can't think of any other ones, sorry. But there you go. So see, you start seeing them come in, okay? Now, we're seeing some waterfall trails. You're starting to see some trails come down on the screen, like right here, okay? This is sideband. There's some sideband right there, okay? And you're just going to be able to see those things come up. But if you go too far, here's what happens, okay? Let's say, for example, you have it set and it's beautiful. You're happy with it. You're like, oh my gosh, the waterfall looks great. And then you do this. Let me show you. You touch the RF gain. You just touch this ring right there, the outer gray ring. I'll point it this way so you can see it better. Okay, outer gray ring. Now watch what happens to waterfall. We'll do it this way. Watch waterfall. We're just bringing a little more RF gain into it. And now watch what happens. See, whoops, let me just do the right ring. See? And you see what happens? You see how everything got all lit up at the top and all turned like a bright blue? Okay. One nice thing about these radios that I think is really nice is if you have a weak station, right? As long as the RFG light stays on in the screen, okay, on the main screen, and the RFG light's right above TX on the left side. So if you're looking at the top left top, you'll see ANT1 box. Then next to that below, you'll see preamp, which is preamp off, okay? Right next to preamp off box, you'll see the meter, okay? And you'll see a little orange piece that says RFG. That means the RF gain is enabled for the receiver, okay? So that means the RF gain is going to work, okay? But if you go and you turn this knob, that outer knob there, you're now adjusting the RF gain, okay? So the RF gain now is going to attack at a different algorithm. So here, let's take a look. If we move the RF gain up, watch now what happens to signals. See the RF gain still on the screen, and eventually it's going to go off. There, it popped off. That means the RF gain no longer is in. You have completely maxed it out, and it's no longer helping the radio. You're only going to see the strongest signals then. You need to back it off, make sure the RFG comes back, okay? And then bring it back down again to a level that you can see the lower signals, okay? The weak guys, okay? You're still going to see the strong guys. You'll always see the strong guys. But you can adjust this out that you can see little trails of the weaker signals come down. You're looking for them going down the screen, and you're looking for maybe a little bump up top. Like, for example, you see right here where this guy's bumped up. Okay, a YouTube show. Now, typically, I would say, don't worry about the mouse, but I do a YouTube show, and I need to find signals quick. It helps me. Done. So I can quickly click to where this one is, and there he is. It's so much easier than just spinning the VFO and saying, well, I hope to find somebody over there.
So that I can get rid of.
Okay. So again, there's two ways to do this. The reference, which is accessed through menu 2. Take a look at the bottom left corner. See menu 1. I'll press now menu 2. See menu 2 comes up. Bottom left corner, again, menu 1. And again, menu 2. That gives you reference, REF, which is the next box to the right. Okay? Next box to the right. Hit the REF, and that's how you adjust the reference level. It helps you to control the waterfall. That's all it does. Just helps you to do the waterfall. The RF gain is separate than the waterfall. This is simply for visuals. If you're stuck and you love to look at waterfalls, this will help you adjust your waterfall. Nothing more than that. Nothing less than that. You're just going to be able to see it better. That's all. Your RF gain, for example, is going to do something different. Let's take a quick look, and I'll show you how this makes a difference. Hear how this guy's coming in? And now he's not going to stop. He can stop coming in now, because that's Murphy's Law. Let's wait for him to come back. Or we'll just click right here. Okay, now listen when I bring up the RF gain. All I did was bring the RF gain up. That's all I did. Bring it back down. Okay, where it was before, same place. And there it was. Okay. See? So each one affects the waterfall. That's the main thing. Each one will affect the waterfall on a 7610 or a 7300 or a 9700. Each one will do that. RF gain or squelch control on a 9700. Your RF gain on a 7300 or 7610 or 7600 even. Same thing. Reference will be on both. Or 3, I guess. So 7600, 7610, 7300. But the point is the reference is simply to help you see the waterfall better so you can accurately take a close look at the screen and say, oh, there's a weak guy over about 20 kilohertz down. I'll work him. That's how you do it. Okay. But once you hit the RF gain, that's going to change everything because your waterfall is going to get brighter and your intensity is going to come up. So understand when you do that, it is going to change the way it looks, okay? That's the basic thing. Let's see if we can make some calls today. That would be fun as heck. And we'll get to your comments real quick before we go any further because I want to do that real quick. And back we go to the rig, okay? Real quick. Darren, thank you for coming to Echo Zero Oscar Bravo Mike. I love that call. Wow. When I see that call, it makes me think of 2 Echo Boom almost. It's pretty sweet. Darren, nice call. Love that call. That's great, mate. That is great. All right. Will Myers is here. Hello, my friend from the state of Wisconsin, Kilo Alpha 8, Golf India Mike. And he's going to get out of here quick. He's going to be getting out of here. So we'll have quick on the trivia question. Be there in a second with it. Color Me Odd. Love this. This is great. Much appreciation for the great work on the videos. I hope your shoulder's feeling better. Keep you in my prayers. Thank you. That is so nice. My goodness. Thank you. He's also a first timer. That's applause and sincere thanks. Thank you. I mean that. Aaron says from the UK, didn't know till recently that Bob Heil had a lot of input on the audio on modern Icom radios. Yes, that's why they sound off the microphones with so much mid-range. Yes. He also did the same for Yaesu, by the way. There he is. Greg gives ahead of me. Yep. Bob Howell designed parametric EQ for Yaesu. Yep. He sure did. And welcome. Scott is here from the north side of the tracks next to the Cat Lady's house, but down the street from the rendering plant. His call sign, Kilo Charlie 2, Charlie Alpha Delta. It's great to see you, Scott. Sorry I'm late, but I bought the last one-way ticket on a non-stop train to nowhere. Well done. Let me know when you get back. That's brutal. All right, let's give you, before some people scoot, let's give you the second trivia question. It's currently tied 2020 U.S. and, North America and Europe, and then we'll see if we can make calls in the 7610. Currently, I can tell you 40 meters is working about 650 miles. 40 meters for me is about 650, okay? 20 meters, right about 1,000 to 1,200, and 17 is about 1,200 to about 1,800 miles. That's what I found today. Second trivia question today: what radio-relevant event took place on May 24th, 1844, between Washington and Baltimore in the U.S.? Now, this is important. This will help you, okay? Take a look at the year. The year will help you. Forget the date. Look at the year, okay? It's 1844. All right. Now take a look at the answers. The Whig Party March sent its first telegram. You're kind of touching the surface there. B, the succession that began the Civil War announced via Morse. C, and see, this can all touch the surface. C, the first State of the Union address delivered by Morse. Or D, the first official public demonstration of telegraphy using Morse. Okay? Using Morse. So, A, B, C, or D. Currently, Europe and North America tied with 20. The tie will be broke today, and it already has been by our trivia question sleuth, Mike. Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta. It's about the 7th one in 10 days. D, it is the first official public demonstration of telegraphy using Morse. You got it, Mike. Well done. My gosh. North America 25, Europe with 20. The other people who answered as well: Jeff from Tennessee, November 4, Papa Oscar Delta. Jeff got the first trivia question right. He answered D as well. Aaron from Wales in the UK, C. And then we've got Lewis in Heber City, Utah, C. Greg Lopez, Kilo Tango 4, Romeo Oscar Alpha. He answered it with C. John Hemmel Newell in Saskatchewan got C, and so did Scott in North Boston, New York. Yep. It was the first time they demonstrated Morse code telegraphy, so they showed how it worked. That was way back on May 24th of 1844. Can you believe it? Wow. All right. Still tight game. 25-20, North America and Europe, and hang in there, Australia. You're not out of the woods yet. Let's take a look at the 7610. I'm going to go to 40 meters, which should give me around California, Nevada, and possibly maybe Utah and Idaho for sure. Let's see. Just a second. Sorry. Is this frequency available? This Kilo 7 Hotel November. So people that are in the western states, like California, Utah, possibly, Idaho, Nevada, should hear this. Is the frequency in use Kilo 7 Hotel November? Okay, quickly tune. Oh, hold on. We'll go over another thing where we do this. I'll show you how I do this. That'll be another show. And that'll fast tune real quick. See? All right. We'll go over how I did that in a future show. All right. So we're on 40, and this should give us short propagation, just short. So we should go about 600 miles. Here we go. CQ. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November is calling CQ on 40 meters and standing by. Sorry, didn't mean to blow your ears away. All right, give it another shot. CQ on 40 meters from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere. Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ and listening. Okay. So let me let you hear this while I listen carefully. And I hope you can hear it. I'm not sure you will be able to. I don't think you will. I'll do it this way. Another way to do it. Let me call CQ again. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, please, from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ, please. Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ and listening. All right, so I'm going to move over real quick to the Kiwi SDR, which is something you should do as well. It's a good idea if you're new to ham radio just to listen and see what the signals are doing. It's a great opportunity for you to know how well your signal propagates. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It'll give you an idea. You can check a state, check an area of your country, maybe another country. Just to do that, I'm just kind of pulling this up right now, so bear with me. All right, so we're at 7189. And I'm really, right now, just at Half Moon Bay, California. That's where I'm at, okay? So we're going to listen off of nothing but the Half Moon Bay SDR, okay? So here we go. And I'll speak away from the mic so you can hear me, so you can hear me as well. CQ, any station, anywhere. From the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, screaming on Hammer the Wall. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ and listening. Okay, so that's Half Moon Bay, California. It's about 600 miles away, and it's a good way for you to know if you're being heard. Now, I wasn't seeing anything come back, but I'll call CQ once more. Final CQ, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, K7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 40 and listening. Okay. And that doesn't mean anybody's wrong. Doesn't mean your radio's wrong. Doesn't mean mine's. Mine's getting out. It just means it's not meant to happen right now. It's the way ham radio works, okay? It is, yes. Good call. Sorry about that. Thanks, Jeff. We'll give it one more shot then. Burn this reference level down because I feel like I'm watching a lightning storm. We'll try it again. Thank you, Jeff. CQ on 40 meters, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, please, from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ, from K7 Hotel November, calling CQ and listening. See, there you go. Okay, so California we're getting to no problem, and that's right about the same. Now, we go to Utah, we switch to 12, we'll switch to 14, so this is 20 meters. And we have to find a place where we can work, okay? So let me kind of move around and make sure we're on a frequency that generals can work as well. Okay, so I'm going to see here, and again, upcoming show, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing with this. I'm doing a couple of things with the MFJ 998 tuner, desktop tuner here. So it's a different tuner than what the remote tuner is outside, but give me a second here. Hold on. First one's there. You can really hear it come in real strong. And then we'll do a second tune here real quick. And that's just fine tuning. It's just making it a little bit happier. Doesn't mean it's tuning the antenna. It just means it makes the radio a little more happy. Okay. And I'll bet $1 to donut there's somebody at 14.2. No question. That's why I like to go to different numbers, just odd numbers, because you're usually not going to step on anybody. Don't you love when your phone opens up and it says scam likely? It's like I love my phone when it does that. All right, let's check frequency. This is frequency in use. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, K7HN. Checking frequency availability, Kilo 7 Hotel November. That looks pretty good. All right, now we should be hitting you, Lewis, in Utah. Let's see if it comes through. CQ on 20, Kilo 7 Hotel November. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7, Honolulu, Norway, calling CQ. Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ to any station and listening. I know I'm getting out here, and I'm getting on 17. I mean, just about the break points in the States. So this gets me right about to eastern Colorado. CQ on 20 meters from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ to any station anywhere from Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ and listening. Okay. All right. So we're going to go one more. We will move to 17. Just a second. Kilo 7 Hotel November, QSY to 17 meters. I forgot to do that on 40. Not a good thing. I have noticed a ton of people on 17 today. I mean, a ton of people on 17 meters. I typically, for me personally with the radio, I will always listen with my eyes closed. I just like to find signals that way. It's more fun to tune them in. But, you know, for a lot of folks that like to use the screen, that's why I do this and spend the time to make sure we're here. And I try and do it the best I can here. But keep in mind, I'm a little slow. And I'm sorry about that. I wish I was doing it faster. Now, I did hear somebody here on this frequency earlier today from Victor Papa. Are we hearing, if anybody else here in the country is hearing, I'm saying like North America, right? And you're hearing somebody at 18155 from VP, please let me know, okay? Because I'm trying to see what's going on at that point. Yes, PSK Reporter, great way to use it. I just can't, if I load PSK working right now on here, the computer's going to crash because there's so much, honestly, I think there's so much sign-offs and stuff in here right now, to be honest, Jeff. I got to pare down the herd here. I have sign-offs from all over the world in here. Let's check frequency. And first, hold on. Haven't heard anybody, so we'll quickly tune. I tune with radio teletype. This is why I do it. And quickly, first, that's my first step. You'll hear click. There's power, and then we will go to SSB, and I'll just quickly tune. And there we are. So it's just fine tuning. It's all we're doing. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Pretty close. Is anyone on frequency? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. CQ 17 Kilo 7 Hotel November K7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ please, any station anywhere. Kilo 7 Hotel November Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ and standing by. Almost sounds like a record skipping. It does, for people who are old enough. Listen. Yeah, we'll find a way to say hello to somebody. I think that's good. We don't want to get skunked again today. Here we go. Let's move here. And I could talk to you more about how I try and clean the signal up. Everyone's going to do it different.
And I was just down on 12 and heard quite a bit of DX, and tried to call them, but nobody could hear me. So I really miss the power when it's not there. The rig here is a Kenwood 140S. The antenna is a 40-meter doublet, that's about 25 feet, and the amp's an ALS 600. And about, probably about 550 watts peak this afternoon. Beautiful day. It's overcast and cloudy, but 72 is kind of muggy. Actually, it's very muggy. Mine is showing 96% humidity. There was a little bit of rain earlier, and maybe there's more coming tonight. I'm not sure. Back to you.
So you got everything there. You get the weather. You got all kinds of information from there. And again, see how the waterfalls change, the intensities change, everything's changed. Simply because I brought up the RF gain. It helped to bring some of the hash out. We'll bring that RF gain back down. Hear the next guy. You can hear him a little bit. And guys, I think we're going to close it here. I'd love to wait and make the call, but quite honestly, my arm's killing me, and I think it's time to be done. I promised my wife that, by the way. I said, okay, if it comes to a show, and if you can tell, I've got my arm out of the sling. I'm trying to do exercises like these with my hand and squeezing and all that stuff, and I'm doing good. I really am very excited about how well it's going, but I promised her that when it hurts too much, I'm going to stop, so we're just going to do it. By the way, Mike just worked Costa Rica on 17. 17 is hot. I mean, if you take a look at most of the SDRs that are in the Midwest to the East Coast, they're working like gangbusters over there. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Congratulations. Great call. Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-ray Delta. That's about 2,000 miles for Mike. And that's coming from the northeastern part of Florida all the way down to Central America. And congratulations on a wonderful call, Mike. Wow. Good call. Good call, man. Yep. Good call. Yep. All right, folks. Well, we're going to scoot because I'm going to do that. It's just time. So thank you for your understanding. A little bit about how to work the 7610. I hope it helps you. Also, a little bit more about how to work day and night and why we work day and night. Day and night's important to understand with ham radio and shortwave both because they both work off the same frequencies. It's just that one transmits and one receives, okay? Keep in mind, again, when you're dealing with things like this, it's really important that you understand the difference between what the ionosphere does during the day and what it does at night. Before we go any further, we've got Adrian here. Adrian, the podcaster. Hi, Adrian. It's nice to see you. Hello from Massachusetts. I am a new ham. Maybe you guys can answer this question for me. Is there an antenna tuner that covers all the bands? No. There isn't. There's one that'll you'll cover HF, but I think the best thing that I could say for you, and I think this will help you, I hope it will, is a resonant antenna. If you cut your antenna for the right length, you won't need an antenna tuner and you'll get the most out of your radio, no matter where it is. If it's 2 meters, if it's on 70 sems, if you're on 40 meters, if you cut your antennas the right length and you make sure that you do that, you will get so much power out and you're not going to need an antenna tuner. It's going to work beautifully. It really will. I use mine here because I'm having some problem with my antennas, and that's why I'm grinding on both the MFJ 998 as well as the internal tuner. I'm trying to fine tune it, but that's an excellent question, and I don't think, you know what I'm grateful for is that you asked the question. Thank you. That's a brilliant question. I don't know of any HF, VHF, UHF, all-in-one antenna tuners out there. I don't, but I do know HF antenna tuners, and I think that would help you greatly. Yeah. That would just do it. But to solve the problem, antenna theory, just quickly, vertical antenna, or if you're going to build a dipole, okay, in the US, 234 for quarter wave, 234 divided by the frequency. So if you want 20 meters, let's say you're at 14.225, you're going to cut it for about 16.44 feet long. Okay, that's going to give you 16.44 feet in one direction on a dipole, on the other direction the same way, and you're going to have a half-wave dipole. If it's a vertical, you're going to cut one 16.44 feet up, and you're going to run ground radials about the same distance, or you can just cut them in smaller ones to cover the same amount of wire on the ground. But that would help you, because the antenna tuner thing, I so much just like resonant antennas. I just do. And I know this show didn't show that very well, but the reason why it's not is because I'm just having some antenna issues, so I have to work with what I have. Yeah. And you're welcome. By the way, Kilo Charlie 1, Papa X-Ray Bravo. And how about that, Kyle Schwerber? How about that? He's a Red Sox fan. He'll understand. He'll get that one. Greg. Hi, Greg. He says, I'm often found on 3945 late at night, but may be a little noisy tonight under current solar weather conditions. Yeah, it could be, but there's some great nets down there. Great nets. Yeah. Great nets. Yep, and you're right. 468 for a half wave. Yep. If you're running quarter waves, 234. The math is perfect. All right. Until next time, you guys. And you're welcome, Adrian. Good luck to the Red Sox. Good luck. I'm pulling for you, mates. I'm pulling for it's a quick rebuild for you all there. We'll see you guys next time. And until then, I hope by Friday, I need to get a little bit of a break, but I did want to do the show because I promised a very dear person in my life that I would do it. And they're watching, and I'm grateful they're here. My name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. The whole passion is help get an amateur radio. Contact the American Radio Relay League at www.arl.org. They'll help you get licensed and on the air and answer any questions you might have as well. Speaking of antennas and antenna questions, the man who is, I think, the best in the world at helping you is coming October 20th at 20 UTC. For people in North America, that will be at noon Pacific time. Callum McCormick, M0 MCX from DX Commander will be live with us, taking your questions about antennas, antenna products, as well as how to build your own. Join us, won't you? Look forward to having him live on the show. Also, for special event station people that love to work those special events, don't forget, coming up October 9th, the USS Midway Museum Ship special event going on. They're looking, the target frequency is 14.320, 7.250. I'll be running PSK and CW, plus D-Star and sideband. They'll be all over the place. Look to work a Navy ship. Until next time, wherever you may be, God bless you and thank you so much for watching Ham Radio Live. Goodbye, everybody. Whoa. I ran that sign off one time. One time. And YouTube said, I don't like it. You ran that sign off. And then that sign off's been copyrighted because it was produced really nice. So I don't even want to go to that one. So we'll just go to this one. All right. Thank you for understanding. I just do not get hurt here. Okay. And be back for you next time. From Los Angeles, KHJ Los Angeles, before it became, what is it, KLAC or KTLA? Thanks, KTLA. All right, until next time, God bless you. Goodbye, everybody. And that's not there now either because I cut out a whole bunch of stuff. This one is from Ireland. Here is a little bit of BBC.
Well, that's tonight's news in Northern Ireland. And now the province's weather forecast until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. There will be variable cloud tonight with isolated showers in Fermanagh, Londonderry and North Antrim. But it'll be mainly dry elsewhere. Tomorrow will start bright in many places, but there'll be variable cloud, scattered showers and sunny intervals later. The temperature will fall tonight to about 2 degrees centigrade, 36 Fahrenheit inland, with a touch of ground frost and icy patches on roads around dawn. It will reach 6 centigrade, 43 Fahrenheit tomorrow. The west to northwest wind will be light to moderate, but moderate to fresh at times in exposed places tomorrow. And the outlook for Wednesday and Thursday, changeable with some rain at times. Temperatures near normal. Tomorrow night, here on BBC One Northern Ireland, 2 chamber music groups will be playing in the last of the present series of They Make Music at 10:15. They'll be the New Ulster Soloists, a wind quintet formed from members of the Ulster Orchestra, and the Hempston Quartet, a string ensemble of young musicians studying at the Ulster College of Music. The program will include music by Ibert, Milo and Mozart. Edgar Boucher will be introducing They Make Music here on BBC One Northern Ireland tomorrow night at 10:15. And you can find details of that and all this week's programs in Radio Times. And now at the time tonight at 9.5 minutes past midnight. That's all from us for tonight. And this is David Gamble for everyone here in Broadcasting House Belfast, wishing you a very good night. Good night, everyone.